Okay, now we have an additional member to the panel, Mr. Argee Guevarra, and we invited him to shed some light on one of the three major movements against pork. No? Just to clarify with the public, there is the Makabayan groups that is associated with sila Nery Colmenares et al. And there is the Manjet FDC group, is that right? Still FDC or
Yes.
San Lakas,
Yeah.
who are also condemning PDAF and all the pork, including the presidential pork. But there is another group which is Scrap Pork,
Yes.
which is a combination of, I think, the
All.
two lines, no?
Yes.
Condemn all, reject all, or just the PDAF of the senators and congressmen and exclude the presidential pork. That's why Argee is here to clarify with us. He's with Scrap
Pork Network.
Network, but he's not putting any title to it because it's better for your...
It's a flat organization.
Okay,
anyway,
go ahead, Argee.
yeah.
Argee, so is Scrap Pork finally settled on whether to include in their crusade against pork the presidential pork?
Well, it has always been part of the mandate of Scrap Pork Network to call for the abolition of pork, whether it comes in the form of legislative pork or presidential pork. And in the wake of the Supreme Court decision declaring the disbursement acceleration program as unconstitutional, the Scrap Pork Network sees this as a positive step. No? In fact, hopefully by next year, by judicial fiat, there will be no more pork in our system. But we will still pursue and we're still open to PI, no? Yung initiative, People's Initiative.
Oh, I thought it was the other PI.
No,
okay.
no. A People's Initiative effort, no, to ensure that by 2016, pork will be legislated out of existence.
Okay, there are many details to the People's Initiative,
Yes.
Including some new and novel, very progressive and even radical grassroots way of budgeting.
Yes.
You have, it has always been included, as you say, yung presidential pork in this
Yes.
campaign. Okay, that's good. But before I go on, you were listening to part of the discussion earlier,
Yes.
whether the president should first be impeached before a case can be filed against him in the Ombudsman. What is your view on that?
Well, for me, no, as a lawyer, the president can be investigated anytime. In fact,
that is the job of the Ombudsman.
that is the function of the Ombudsman. The Ombudsman herself can motu proprio or on her own investigate the president's.
In fact, that's a mandate of the Ombudsman.
That is part
case of graft they can
Yes.
initiate.
Exactly. With respect to penal sanctions, of course, the president is covered by immunity, and any effort to prosecute the president criminally would have to wait until his immunity ends on 2016, and I hope it ends.
Or
no?
earlier. If there
Well,
are some extra constitutional moves.
Not extra constitutional.
Or within the Constitution.
Yeah, even if he gets impeached,
frame.
he loses his immunity.
Oh, Bono was raising his hand.
Yeah, I'm an insider wishing to get out of the system. There are provisions of the Constitution that says that not only the president can be impeached or removed, but the whole system can be removed. And I don't like to sound like an old broken phonograph record, but I'd like to mention this again for the education, for mutual education. Section 1, Article 2. The Philippines is a Republican state, Republican and democratic state. Sovereignty resides in the people and all government authority emanates from them. The members of Congress are just agents of the people. When the people decide, including the president, when the people decide to get rid of them, they can be rid of. And if I were in their shoes, I'll resign before the people will get rid of me.
And I think that's the people's initiative. In legal form, it's people's initiative. In extra-legal form, that's a revolution, insurrection,
uprising.
uprising. So the people's initiative is possible because of the what's that, referendum or people's
Well, there's
initiative
a
where you get
provision in the Constitution.
10%
Yeah.
public vote, no?
Of
Yes.
the registered voters.
Oh. And-
But it requires much effort. Before, I was actually very pessimistic about its prospects, no? But with the inclusion of the Catholic Church in the campaign and the involvement, kumbaga may konting pag-asa na baka may marating ito. Because the People's Initiative requires a lot of resources.
A lot of networking
And
in
lot
the
of
entire
networking,
country.
yes.
Yeah. Bono.
I would suggest to you, Argee,
Yeah.
and to the Catholic Church, and to other groups who are not satisfied with the presidency and the other institutions and the other personalities and not satisfied with the system, to seriously entertain the idea of a constitutional transition government. Because a constitutional transition government can get rid of questionable and dangerous institutions,
Yeah.
and also the questionable and dangerous personalities within the constitutional framework.
Well, there are some issues. One is, how do you operationalize it?
Yes, exactly.
Number two, what people like predictability. What will be the outcome of such? No?
You know.
Of course, Argee was smiling as you were discussing. I know it appeals to his heart. He's has been an activist since his college days. No?
But we've been through that before.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sige.
Actually, I recall that way back in 2005, 2006, 2007, during the height of the anti-Gloria Macapagal Arroyo ouster campaign moves, no, we were also beset by that predicament, by that dilemma, on how to oust a patently illegitimate president. And we came up with such transitional revolutionary government, council, junta. But as per our experience, it's easier said or even thought of than actually carried out or undertaken.
Thought of, it's quite easy.
It's quite easy, yeah, very easy. You need to have the right political variables and the forces at play so we can pursue that particular political
We'll
track.
give this some time, but Bono, go ahead. No?
You know, you said the problem of
Operationalizing it.
Yes, that problem. It's not really a problem.
Yeah, okay.
It's a solution.
It's not a problem because we participated in the removal of two presidents.
Yeah, that's why I say there's a problem because after its removal, you have regrets.
That is where the problem lies, after the removal. But within the present framework and the current ideas being nurtured by some groups who are not announcing how they would operationalize it. If there are those who are interested on the operationalization of the concept of a constitutional transition government, as a lawyer, I'm willing to give them legal advice for a fee.
Okay. Before I go to my question on the Ombudsman later on, I want Argee to react to this. Argee?
Well, okay, no. As I've said, it's always a problem of operationalizing meta-constitutional or even extra-constitutional moves, no, to oust an errant president. But the problem for us right now is that all the political players involved, the forces, and even the people themselves, I feel, are not open, or are not open to the idea. I think the main problem lies in the proximity of 2016 elections. And for Filipinos, no, okay, given the fact that the president committed culpable violation of the Constitution because of his involvement
Which some
in DAP.
of his defenders are saying it is not culpable, yung DAP issue. Ano?
Yeah, but who listens to Edwin
Bernas
Lacerda
and
anyway?
Lacerda.
Yeah, but the point is, I think now for the people, their main concern is how how to just wait, no, for
Yeah.
2016
Let me
elections.
propose a solution. First step is to discuss policies that we want before exercising that option, so that a predictable result can be awaited by the people. And what are these policies? To make it simple and radical, meaning it will hit at the root of the problem, including the power relationships of society today. We demand, number one, cut electricity rate to the average of the region's rates. Because then you cut the power of people like Manny Pangilinan immediately and the few oligarchs there. And their influence over elections will be reduced. What I'm saying is, let's talk policy, not personality, not Binay, not who else, whoever, but policy. We have to start so that people get educated and they rise above what the mainstream media wants, to talk about personalities and not policies.
But that doesn't address the pressing political issue, such as the president's culpability or involvement in an unconstitutional act, like the DAP issue. So people could not actually find relevance.
Well, that's where I'm going to the second point I'm going to make now, which is, why don't the three of us prepare an ombudsman case, as you predict, it can be done. I told you my expectation, the ombudsman will throw it out and say it is not their jurisdiction, which both of you, I think...
no, it is within the powers of the ombudsman.
I'm sure the ombudsman will try to evade that
Maybe
that
she
task.
will proceed to...
What would her
She
excuse
will go overseas again for another conference.
Well, she has no legal recourse ba or legal way out?
Well,
when
she
a
has.
case-
She will just sit on it until 2016
But
or until Kingdom Come.
there are laws that require them to respond to any public petition, di ba?
Not really, because I've been practicing, for the past 15
Advocacy,
years,
yeah.
and filing cases before the ombudsman, and most often than not, more often than not,
They sit
the
on it.
Yeah, they sit on it. The ombudsman is the twilight zone, or the black hole of
rabbit
administrative complaints. Yeah.
Okay, Bono, your reaction.
You know, I am really focused on operationalizing the problems to our solution. In the case of President Marcos, the formula was operationalized in 2 months' time. I should know because I've been there. In the case of ERAP, it was operationalized for less than 40 days. So when you have all the major components or the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle in place, you can make a move within that particular period. Because I formulated in very simple terms. How do you kill a snake? You don't kill a snake by cutting the tail. You kill the snake by cutting the head. The snake that is the Philippines, what is the head? Metro Manila, di ba?
But the
That's
problem is the snake that takes over.
No.
We deposed Marcos, another snake came in, and that was a yellow-colored snake.
No, but
you deposed Erap, but another snake, a female snake.
We
came
have
in.
learned, Mintong, lessons from the past. And I'm sure those who would like to do it again, I don't know if there are other people who wish to do it again, will not commit the same mistakes as they committed in the past.
Okay. Well, our third part will be comprehensive. That's why we have a finance and economic analyst, nationalist economic advocate, Hero Baswani, to join us. We'll talk about the entire economic political system, because you cannot separate politics and the political questions from the economic base. So that's what we're going to discuss. I don't know if we're ready for the break. Are we ready for it? Do we have some more time? I'll ask Argee for his last comment before.
No, it's okay.
We take our break now. Okay.
Yeah.